Have you heard of SIM swapping? SIM swapping is a type of account takeover attack where a fraudster convinces a mobile carrier to transfer your phone number to a SIM card that they control. This is a much more common type of fraud than you might think. The U.S. Federal Communications Commission, or the FCC, receives thousands of complaints about SIM swapping. It even happened to Jack Dorsey, co-founder of Twitter, in 2019. In 2023, the FCC enacted new rules requiring carriers to implement secure authentication methods before transferring a customer's phone number. That's because SIM swapping attacks can be devastating for users. According to the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, millions of dollars are lost to SIM swaps each year. SIM swapping attackers can hack bank accounts, steal data, gain access to users' social media and email accounts, and more. For app designers and fraud prevention teams, dealing with SIM swapping can be really challenging. But there's good news. There are ways to avoid this headache altogether. I'm Keshia with Fingerprint, and in this video, I'm going to explain the signals that fraud teams should monitor to detect SIM swapping attacks and tips to prevent them. So how does a SIM swap happen? Well, the attacker contacts your mobile carrier, they impersonate you using personal details that they've stolen or gathered, and convinces the carrier to transfer your number to a SIM card that they control. From that point, they receive your calls and texts, including any SMS verification codes. Let's start with common signs that an attack has occurred. Because the attacker now receives SMS codes, they can pass two-factor authentication that uses one-time passcodes, but they're logging in from a device that has no history with the account. So a valid OTP combined with a browser or device that the account has never seen before and no prior session history can be a strong signal that something is wrong. Attackers often don't operate from a normal home network. VPN or proxy usage, Tor or cloud hosting providers, and IP geolocation that doesn't match the account's history are all worth flagging. SIM swap attacks tend to follow a predictable sequence in a short window. Password reset attempts, OTP requests, and login attempts in rapid succession are not typical user behavior. Fraud teams can look for that kind of event clustering as an early warning sign. Legitimate users typically log in and browse. Attackers often hack to password or email changes, security settings, adding payout accounts, or initiating transfers. A brand new device skipping directly to high-risk actions could be a serious red flag. Even when credentials check out, behavior can give attackers away. Logins at unusual hours, impossible travel, navigation patterns that don't match the account's history, and interaction speeds that suggest automation are all signals worth monitoring. So, how do you prevent SIM swapping? Well, the first thing is moving away from SMS 2FA. This is the most effective step. Authenticator apps and hardware security keys can't be hijacked through a SIM swap the way SMS codes can. Beyond that, requiring step verification for sensitive actions like changing a phone number, adding a payout method, or initiating a transfer means that compromised SMS code alone isn't enough to do real damage. Fraud teams should also monitor for device signals rather than relying on credential correctness alone. Device consistency, behavioral patterns, and IP risk all tell part of the story, and the strongest fraud stacks correlate them together rather than treating any single signal as definitive. Device intelligence is one tool that helps fraud teams put this into practice, providing stable device identification, VPN and proxy detection, and behavioral history without adding friction for real users. At Fingerprint, that's exactly what we help companies build. We provide highly accurate device identification that allows fraud teams to recognize returning devices, detect suspicious behaviors, and stop fraud before it happens. If you'd like to learn more about device intelligence, download the Fingerprint Device Intelligence Report linked below, which shares our insights from over 20 billion identification events. Thanks for watching.